All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King's Court. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Welcome,
There I
welcome to
am.
King's Court. This is Wednesday, our new show. Yeah, I'm Richie, Bad Man of Comedy King. My partner in crime here, Mr. Commander. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
All right. Now he's on his tablet because he all of a sudden had to have technical problems. 30 minutes before the show starts, so he's over there pulling it together and stuff. So uh, we're glad he's here with us today.
Yeah,
Share out the
I
intro.
think it's time to upgrade to a new laptop.
Yeah, well, I had to get a whole new system, on mine. I got new everything, so yeah, I had to. I had no choice. But I see you all here. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us. I want you to take a minute, guys, to share out because the intro is shorter, so you have time to share out to everybody. But yeah, get this out there and get some people on there. We got a pretty good show for you all today. Oh, I'd say it's about a 10, 15 show out of a 10. So, yeah, 10, 15 for the show. Yeah, so we're gonna get her done here, boys. We're gonna do some things, and we're gonna talk about some memes, some news, and our mystery person on here. And I've mentioned him before, and we're gonna talk about him. It's not Jesse James. I did not do Jesse James today. I will do Jesse James. He's coming because I'm fascinated by Jesse James, and he's one of the first people I learned about. So anyway, well, I'll be doing him soon, but not today. Today we got a mystery guest. I'm sure you all heard of the legend of DB Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
Yeah,
Yes.
the legend or lack of legend, or maybe not a legend. I don't know. You guys can decide.
Infamous man.
Yeah, did he exist? Did he not exist? I mean, I don't know. We're going to go over all that. So anyway, thank you all for being here tonight with us. If you could share out to somebody, some of your friends, go ahead. Like I said, we got on that. Got a couple shows coming up. One in March, going to be in St. Joe at the Timeout Event Center, and then we're going to be in Maryville in May, the 24th. That's right. The next weekend's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be up at a place called the Pub in Maryville, huge college town around this area. And so if you guys never been there, it's quite a haul from me. It's quite a haul from Commander. But come on
Be up
out.
there with the Aggies.
Yeah, come on up there and have a good time, laugh and all that, and be happy, merry. And you can even get you a drink if you want to get you a drink. So do that. All right, let me see. I can't seem to share this out to certain people. That just kills me how some people you can't share to, and some people you can. No, I just put it right there. All right, well, let's get on the show. Okay.
Okay.
Let's share it all I can. Everybody can share it. As you all know, we changed up a little bit. Now we're going to do missing persons first. Last week we did what's his face? Dang it, my mind is blank. The dude from Cameron, the scrap guy. Okay, his family's been missing. So if you guys got anything to help their family out, they'd love to appreciate it. Today we're going to go with her name is Tina Marie Finley. Tina Marie Finley. There's a photo. Take a good look at that. She's a Native American descent. No, she's not from my tribe. All right. Her date of birth was August the 25th, 1962. Birthplace, Washington. Hair brown, eyes brown, height 5'6", weight 135 pounds at the time of disappearance. She's a female and race Native American. The FBI is offering an award up to $10,000 for information leading to the location of Tina Marie Finley. Miss Finley is a member of the Kurga Alindi, that's Idaho tribe of Indians. Has been missing since March 8, 1988. She was last seen in Plummer, Idaho, and was reported missing days later. The investigation suggests she may have been taken, the victim of foul play. And unfortunately, that does happen. This case is being investigated by the FBI's Qurar Aline Reservation Agency and the Coeur d'Alene Tribal Police. If you have any information concerning this case, please contact the FBI Salt Lake City Field Office. Tip at 801-579-6636. You may also contact your local FBI office or nearest American Embassy or Consulate. Salt Lake City is a field office, and as usual, and always, and prefer if you want to, you can submit an anonymous tip online. One more time. All right. All right. There you go. There you go. All right. See, we got checking in here today. We got, forced out of the gates. Dean Cerny says, hello, fellas. Josh Cager says, maybe it's an interface issue in trying to share the interface between the chair and the computer. Yeah, I guarantee that's what it is. Dean said it's pronounced Coeur d'Alene. I'm sorry. You're right. It is pronounced that. All right. So here you go. Alan Reed just messaged me. What did he message me about? Oh, he lost audio again. Huh. Let me try it here. Okay, how's that? Can you hear me now, Commander? No? Well, you keep messing with that. We'll go on here. It says, Dean, I'm just glad he got as close as he did. Yeah. I knew kind of the pronunciation of it, but yeah. But Josh says we can hear you. Well, you can't hear him. You can hear me, but you can't hear him. All right. We got a little news coming up here. We're going to show you all. I got first out of the gate. Big happy birthday, Johnny Cash. Happy birthday, Mr. Cash. February 26, 1932 to September 12, 2023. Him and his wife both died the same year. Right? Guy's a legend. And there's some information that was put out over years about things with him and his family. And just to let y'all know, that man's a good dude. Man was a good dude. Great, great music. Okay. Right here. There you are. Here, I hear you now, brother. I can hear you.
Okay. Now I can hear you.
All right, brother. We got a comedy show coming to St. Joe, Missouri at the Time Out Event Center. Our MC, Mr. James Riley. Roy Anthony, he's going to be an opener. Richard Montano is a feature. And yours truly is a headliner. It's going to be a great show, man. It's the first time we've ever been to St. Joe. So we're going to go up there and we're going to make them laugh.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time. And
that'll be a good time.
Yes, it will. And as some of you all know, I'm going to be in a movie that's coming up spring. Me and Roy Anthony and a couple other fellows. They're going to, it's no, they didn't. That's the name of it. It's an elaborate modern day heist. We're ripping off a casino that holds the money of a couple renegade bad churches that are scamming people out of their money. So we're going to rip off the casino instead of rip off a church. You know, we don't want the Lord on our ass.
No.
So we're going to rip off the casino instead. And that's Radar. So, yeah, yours truly is going to be I got one of the lead roles in it. I'm going to be a contractor. Imagine that. I did it for most of my life.
Think you can pull that one off?
Well, I don't know. Speaking the language, that'd be the only thing. Woo,
yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Just me said I made it in 197 days sober. Slipped up this past weekend. Well, Dean, you're never going to be total, man. It's just it's how you bounce back from it, brother. But hey, that's congratulations anyway.
That's it. Yes.
Oh, our executive producer is here. There she is. Got to behave yourselves. Shh. Don't care what we said about her.
Okay.
Josh Cager, he says, we are all far apart from perfect, Dean. It's okay to slip up and make a mistake. You recognize that? That's important. Yes, that's correct, Dean.
You bet. You pick yourself up, dust off the seat of your pants, and move on.
Hey, as long as you, get back on it, that's all that matters. Listen, you can make it. I mean, I quit drinking for a long time. Not totally, though. I only drink a couple times a year. Usually at 4th of July. Try to drink Christmas, and usually the Super Bowl. Well, this year I should have bought more beer during the Super Bowl, but that's another. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even want to go down that road.
Nope. Just got too stressed out. It was hey man, that happens, dude. It happens.
Oh yeah.
Never. Sounds like we need more time playing with the trains. Well, yeah, it probably does. And if you're still in Canberra, and if you're staying in Canby, Oregon, no, I don't think. My wife and I plan on probably coming out there next year. Uh, to spend some time out there with you guys and maybe attend a certain event. Maybe kind of let the cat out of the bag there. But yeah, I damn sure ain't going there. I'm about to stay at Josh's house. Yeah, Canby, they probably got my face up in there. They probably got my face up in there. Yes, sir. So we got those things coming up for you. So, like I said, it's going to be good. And then we got one in Maryville. I hadn't got the flyer made for that yet. But there's going to be one in Maryville, Missouri. If you've ever been to, it's a big time college town. And we'll go up there and at the pub. That's why it's called the pub. That's convenient. Going to the pub to perform at the pub. Yeah. So, all right. Now, we got two memes for you all today. Now, this first one, read it closely. Bone in, skin on, drumsticks, contains back legs only. What kind of backwoods hillbilly inbred chickens are these, man? I mean, where's the front legs? Why are they discriminating? How come I can't get some front legs? If I'm paying all that money for chicken, I want some front legs.
I want the front legs.
Yes, give me some front legs. What the hell? And it's real. It's inside. That was taken out of a freezer. That picture was taken from a freezer in a supermarket.
You can't make that up.
No. That's the best kind of stuff. You can't make up. What? Hold on. Get my phone. What is this garbage? Yeah. And of course, those Chuck Norris fans, I got a video meme for you guys, for you Chuck Norris fans. Here we go.
Chuck Norris once ordered a steak in a restaurant. The steak did what it was told. When Chuck Norris crosses the street, the cars look both ways. A bulletproof vest wears Chuck Norris for protection. Chuck Norris can build a snowman out of rain. Chuck Norris can do a wheelie on a unicycle. Chuck Norris once won an underwater breathing contest against a fish. Chuck Norris once punched a man in his soul. Chuck Norris is the only man to defeat Rick Wall in a game of tennis. Chuck Norris is so fast he can run around the world and punch himself in the back of the head. Chuck Norris got a hole-in-one with a bowling ball. Chuck Norris admitted to using stunt doubles in his movies, but only for the crying parts. Chuck Norris once took a lie detector test. The machine confessed everything. Chuck Norris doesn't fart because nothing escapes Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't turn on the shower. He stares at it until it starts crying. In high school, teachers had to raise their hands to talk to Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris once ate an entire bottle of sleeping pills. They made him blink. Chuck Norris is the reason you don't mess with Texas. Chuck Norris can squeeze orange juice out of a lemon.
Well, I got something going on with my audio tonight there, Richie. I don't know what's going on, my man, but I keep coming in and out and losing.
Yeah, and it's a Tabletron, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm having a difficult time tonight, so
yeah,
bear with me.
Oh, not a problem. Do what you can. Okay, it says, go back to some of these comments here. It says, my wife lost her job, kind of wanted to join the Marines. Mom's sick, taxes are due. Wife's struck is messed up. Wife's truck is messed up. First of all, sorry your wife lost her job.
Yeah.
Kid want to join the Marines. It's better not having a job, I guess. Mom's sick. Taxes are due. You got the makings of a good old fashioned country song right there, Dean.
Yeah.
Or maybe some type of don't give Taylor Swift. She's a
no.
Family's always hard, buddy. Probably the hardest. Don't get discouraged. Tell the wife, friend, you can do it, and you can always reach out in the direction that you need. This over here. That's exactly right.
Yep.
If chickens had front legs, they'd be called dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus. Yeah. Give love to Cindy too, Miss Hugging. Yeah, absolutely, man. Give love to Cindy. So we're sorry about that. All right. Now we're going to go into today, guys. We're going to talk a little about DB Cooper.
Oh yeah, Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper. Yeah. I say, are you making fun of your team's mascot? No, the Wolf's cool. She's not the team mascot. She's Travis Kelce's mascot. She ain't our mascot. Let's just say, for the haters, she ain't my kind of music. Right. I listen to variety of music, just not her. Okay, and hers. I'm a grown man. I got some testosterone in me. I don't have estrogen in me, so I don't listen to her music. And yeah, anyway, I better shut the hell up before they ban me because a lot of people. Yeah. All right, DB Cooper. Now I'm gonna put him up here. We're gonna talk a little bit about DB Cooper. Now he, if y'all don't know him, you're about to know him. Okay, go back over here.
Some of you listening might even remember it. I know I remember it.
Okay, David Cooper is also known Dan Cooper, is what they think. All right, we're going to get to all this in a little bit. There's a lot of information here. All right, says, was an unidentified man who hijacked Northeast Orient Airlines Flight 305 Boeing 727 aircraft in the United States airspace on November 24th, 1971. I was exactly a month and 12 days old when he did this. During the flight from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington, Cooper told a flight attendant he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in ransom, equivalent to $1.558 million today. And 4 parachutes upon landing in Seattle. How do you think? Why does he need 4 parachutes for? Well, that's a good question. Who the hell knows? He's only one of him. After releasing the passengers in the Seattle, Cooper instructed the flight crew to refuel. The aircraft began the second flight to Mexico City, with the refueling stop in Reno, Nevada. About 30 minutes after taking off from Seattle, Cooper opened the aircraft's aft door. For those who don't speak military, aft means rear door, deployed the staircase and parachute into the night over southwestern Washington. Cooper truly identified, and where Cooper's true identity and whereabouts have never been determined consecutively. All right.
Okay.
Now, we're going to skip a bunch of stuff here because it's kind of irrelevant to what's going on. Now, you got the premise of the guy did one of the first daring airplane heists like this, okay? And they go on and talk about what happened. He eventually robbed the place. They drew a sketch of him. They pulled some DNA. We'll cover all that here in just a second. All right. He released the passengers around 5:25. He's informed the parachutes have been delivered to SeaTac. It was notified they were landing soon. At 5:46, Flight 305 landed. SeaTac, Cooper's permission, Scott parked the aircraft in a partially lit runway, allowed from the main terminal. Cooper demanded only one representative of the airline approach the plane with the parachutes and money. And the only entrance to the exit will be through the aircraft, the front door via mobile stairs. Okay. And then it just goes on to say he got made some demands, and he got back in the air at 7:40 p.m. Okay. So they're trying to stall with him, but he wasn't having to stall. Okay. Got back in the air. The flight took off, and with only Cooper, Muklau, Scott, Radozik, and the flight engineer Anderson aboard. 2 F-106 fighters from Charlotte Air Force Base and a Lockheed T-53 trainer diverted from the unrelated National Guard mission followed it. All 3 jets maintained S flight patterns to stay behind the slow-moving 727 and out of Cooper's view. After takeoff, Cooper told Muklau, I hear a train. That's cool. And to lower the aft staircase. She told him the flight crew she feared being sucked out of the aircraft. The flight crew suggested she come out of the cockpit and retrieve an emergency rope and tie herself to her seat. Meanwhile, skip a bunch of the he opened the back, stepped out on the steps, and disappeared into the sky. Okay. Now, investigation. In addition to the 66 latent fingerprints aboard the plane, FBI agents recovered Cooper's black clip-on tie clip, and 2 of the 4 parachutes. That's interesting. He took 2 with him. He left 2 behind. He asked for 4. One of which had been opened and had 3 strad lines cut from the canopy. FBI agents interviewed eyewitnesses in Portland, Seattle, Reno, and developed a series of composite sketches. So they're looking for him. Okay. And all this went on, you know, it's a bunch of 1972, couldn't find him. They kept looking around. We'll skip to the part where it went dead for a while.
Mhm.
Okay. In 1980, somebody found $25,000 on the beach or on the riverbed. I mean, so we'll get to that. Oh, a month after hijacking, the FBI distributes list of the ransom serial numbers to financial institutions, casinos, racetracks, businesses, and routine transactions involving large amounts of cash. And law enforcement agencies around the world, Northwest Orient offered a reward of up to 15% of the recovered money to a maximum $25,000. In the early 1972, U.S. Attorney General John Mitchell released the serial numbers to the general public. Two men used counterfeit $20 bills painted with Cooper's serial numbers to swindle $30,000 from the Newsweek. Idiots. Reported a Carl Fleming exchange for interview, and the men falsely claimed to be the hijacker. Okay. And then you go on here, and it says, latest development. Analysis of the flight data indicated the first estimated location of Cooper's landing zone was inaccurate. Well, imagine that. You're flying in the air at nighttime. Come on,
Yeah.
you're going to mess up. Captain Scott, who was flying the aircraft manually because of Cooper's speed and altitude demands determined that the flight path was further east than initially reported. Additional data provided that Continental Airlines pilot Tom Boehm, who was flying 4 minutes behind, led FBI recalculate the estimated of Cooper's drop zone. Oh no, the FBI calculations of Cooper drop zone were based on incorrect recording wind direction. Therefore, FBI estimated were inaccurate. Based on the data subsequent for the flight path, FBI determined Cooper's drop zone was partially over. Now, I'm going to mess this up, guys. Apologize. Washougal River watershed. In 1986, FBI agent Ralph Helmsbeck wrote, I have to confess, if I were going to look for Cooper, I would head to Washougal. The Washougal Valley and subsequent area have been repeatedly searched, but no discoveries traceable to the hijacking have ever been reported. The FBI believes the remaining physical clues were probably destroyed in 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. That's the stupidest theory I ever heard.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now, this went on 40-some years. Finally, on July 8th, 2016, the FBI announced active investigation on the Cooper case was suspended, citing the need to deploy resources and manpower or issuing of the greater move urgently has priority. Local field officers would continue to accept any legitimate physical evidence related specifically to the parachutes or a random money. The 66-volume case file compiled during the 45-year course investigation would preserve the historical preference of the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C., and on the FBI website. All of these evidence is open to the public. The crime remains the only documented unsolved case in air piracy commercial aviation history. Now, before we get into the physical evidence, okay, before we get into physical evidence, let's talk a little bit about this. Thank you, Josh. Washougal. Okay, Washougal. Washougal. Okay, whichever one that is. Now, the way they wrote this makes you seem like, was there a DB Cooper at all? You know, why did he need 4 parachutes? They found 2 of them, one was damaged. The planes all behind them, they said the 3 planes behind him. Nobody seen this man jump which way he went. It was dark, granted that. In 1971, they didn't have the equipment we have today. So you're thinking, why would he do this? I'm going to read to you where they said it can't be done. Yeah, apparently it can because he did, right? I don't know if I believe the part about evidence getting destroyed by Mount St. Helens. What do you think on that?
No, I'm not familiar with that region, but
Hmm.
apparently he was further east than what they thought, which put him in that vicinity. So there's a possibility. Uh, my I'm confused about the 4 parachutes. I mean, if you've got 4 parachutes, was he planning on taking hostages with him and changed his mind, and then just put on one and out the door he went? That is weird that you would ask for 4 parachutes. I mean,
That and maybe 3 guys chickened out. Maybe he's supposed to have 4 guys do the jump.
yeah,
You know,
I don't know.
uh,
I do know this. Uh, if you are not familiar, and of course they don't know if he had any jump experience or not,
right.
but the speed of the jet, I've done both out of C-130s, Chinooks,
Hmm.
Hueys, C-141s. That's a totally different thing going out of a jet aircraft than it is a prop aircraft. Now, they would have had to have slowed their airspeed down to almost a stall in order to jump with a parachute. Now, if you're free falling, that's one thing. But if you jump with a static line, you're going to have to really cut the airspeed back. Now, I don't know if he had any parachute experience. Nobody knows anything about him. But if you'll look where those engines are on the rear of that jet, when he went out that rear door, he could have hit something. You know what I'm saying? If he
Oh,
didn't fall
absolutely.
free, then he would have been knocked unconscious. The fall would have killed him. Shoot, and even if the chute did open, if he wasn't far enough away from the jet aircraft, then the jet uh, behind him would just rip that canopy up. I mean,
Right.
face it.
Right.
Yeah. So
And, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts, you know.
Well, yeah, it makes you wonder about the 4 shoots and stuff, and why he wanted 4. Why
Well,
he.
yeah, and
But
also with not knowing exactly his location, and well, they were off and it was further east and all that. If you've got 3 Air Force jets that are following in an S pattern behind that, they're going to know when he went out that door that
right.
that direction is being tracked by the Air Force radar. They would have some type of a general idea as to where he went out of that commercial liner.
Well, you
You
think,
know,
but
you'd want to
that
think.
yeah, you think, but they never had nothing. The dean says he says I think he asked for it because he knew they'd sabotage some of them. He knew he could make a good one out of 4. That's a good possibility. Good possibility. All right,
Yeah.
let me go back here and talk about some of the evidence. Now, here's some of the evidence. Okay, clip-on necktie. They found this black. 8 FBI agents found a black clip-on necktie in the seat 18E, where Cooper had been seated. Attached to the tie was a gold tie clip with a circular mother of pearl setting in the center of the clip. The FBI determined that the tie had been sold exclusively at J.C. Penney department stores, but had been discontinued in 1968. All right.
Okay.
By late 2007, the FBI had built a partial DNA profile from the samples found on Cooper's tie in 2001. However, there's always a however in these high cases like
Yeah.
this question. Okay, here's a big however, and now the rest of the story. The FBI also acknowledged no evidence linked Cooper to the source of the DNA sample. FBI Special Agent Fred Gutt said the tie had 2 small DNA samples and 1 large sample. It's difficult to draw a firm conclusion from these samples. The FBI also made a public file of previously unreleased evidence, including Cooper's airplane ticket, composite sketch, fact sheets, and posted a request for information about Cooper's identification. In 2009, a group of citizen sleuths using GPS satellite imagery and other technology unavailable in 1971 began reinvestigating complaints on the case known as the Cooper Research Team. The group included Tom Kane from Burke Museum National History and Culture and the Seattle Scientific Illusion Carl. I don't know what that name is. I ain't going to try. And with computer science, I use all these people. I'm not going to go through all their names. Little known information. And city buried ransom money of Cooper's landing zone. They found analysis identified hundreds of organized metal particles on Cooper's tie. So they found a bunch of particles on his tie. Okay. Hair samples. FBI found 2 hair samples in Cooper's seat. A single-stranded limb of hair on his seat, and a single strand of brown Caucasian head hair on the headrest. The limb hair was destroyed after FBI crime laboratory determined the sample lacked enough unique microscopic characteristics to be useful. In 1971, they should have saved it. However,
Right.
the FBI crime laboratory determined the head hair was suitable for future comparison and preservation of the hair on the microscope slide. And during their attempts to build Cooper's DNA, the profile in 2002, the FBI discovered a hair sample had been lost.
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything incompetent, but it's stuff like this that makes things incompetent. Okay. Now
Yeah.
it's going to the cigarette bust. In an arrest in the armrest ashtray of C-18E, FBI agents found 8 Raleigh filter-tipped cigarette butts. The butts were sent to the FBI crime laboratory, but investigators were unable to find fingerprints and returned the butts to the Las Vegas field office. In 1998, the FBI sought to extract DNA from the cigar butts, but discovered the butts had been destroyed while in custody of Las Vegas field office.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what we're proving here. What we're proving is a bunch of incompetence is what we're proving.
Yeah. What
Okay.
we're proving is the FBI struck again.
Yeah. Now, there've been some money recovered. Here's one of the critical things. This money's marked, so they know it's the same money, but they want to know what, and some of it was burnt, some of it was not. So, but here we go. On February 10th, 1980, that's 9 years after this jump.
Yep.
8-year-old Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family on the Columbia River at the beachfront known as Tena Bar, about 9 miles downstream from Vancouver, Washington, and 20 miles southeast of Ariel. As we racked the sandy riverbank to build a campfire, he uncovered 3 packets of ransom cash totaling about $5,800. The bills had lengthy exposure of the elements, but were still bounded in rubber bands. Okay, so that's what. Yeah, been there 9 years. Apparently, been there 9 years. He buried him. I think he buried him for somebody else.
Yeah, huh? It's a good possibility.
They could come pick them up. See, FBI technologies confirmed the money was indeed a portion of the ransom. 2 packets of $100 bills each, and a third packet of 90. All the arranged in the same order, which is given to Cooper. Now, this is 1980. Okay. A little boy playing there on the beach. What's the odds of that happening? And he finds his money. It wasn't very, very deep. If they go back and trace, I wonder if somebody might have got killed, maybe got arrested, and they just didn't come pick up the money, parachute money. It's building an interesting case of how it happened. I don't know. It says the free-floating hypothesis neither explained the 10 bills missing from one packet, nor a kid probably helped himself. Come on, let's get real. I mean, come on now. Nor explain how 3 packets remained together after separating from the rest of the money. Physical evidence was incapable for geological evidence. Free-floating bundles may have washed up on the bank within a couple of years. Maybe. Well, is there a catfish down there still in 10s and 20s? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Was the money in a briefcase? Was it in a
I was in bags.
Satchel bag?
Couple little bags. See,
in the bags.
It had a rubber band around them. suggests the bills arrived at Tina Bear after 1974. Okay, so they held on to money 3 years later. Maybe he's trying to pay off a couple years later because the hijack happened in 71, and they're saying these bills arrived at that place in 1974 when the Army Corps of Engineers was dredging. I mean, that could be. They could have dredged them up from the bottom. I don't know. The parachutes, I'm not going to read a lot about them. Parachutes, they were parachutes unique. During the 45-year span, this is a hypothesis conjecture of what they're saying. During the 45-year span of its active investigation, the FBI periodically made public some of its working hypotheses and tendencies, conclusions drawn, witness testimony, and scarce photo or physical evidence. Now let's go down here. If you see right here on the screen, you got different sketches. Now, I'm on record for saying I don't put much stock in sketches because to me, a lot of times they don't look like the person. But what they do sometimes is trigger someone's mind who was there, and the person can fill in the blanks himself in his mind, and they come up with a proper sketch in their mind. But these 3 sketches, they're all very similar, except a couple of them's got a fatter nose. And so, with information like this, they'd go looking. Okay, they looked, and
you're talking a case now that's 55 years old, give or take, and his age probably mid-30s, looks like, or so, or a little later. Guy would be in his late 80s, early 90s by now, even if he survived. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And well, see, that's another thing. The FBI said, well, he couldn't have survived. There's no way he survived it. Well, you go on and read the rest of this. 5 guys did the same thing and did it faster and did it slower and completed the same jump. So it can be done, and it will be done. There's other hijackers who did it. Okay, they ripped people up, did the same thing he did. He caused a good phenomenon there for a second. Okay, but here's some of your suspects. Now, if you look at the sketches, you'll see this. You'll see Tom Bradenhamer. They thought because he had a military background, okay, maybe he did it. He was in Vietnam. Turns out he's in the 101st Airborne. They said, okay, well, it wasn't him. And then went on and got a Kenneth Christensen. No. Jack Kofit. No. Lynn Cooper. No. These guys have been eliminated. Mm-hmm. Barbara Dayton, if you don't remember Barbara Dayton, that's one of there's a transgender female. Went from a male, born a male, went to female. He said that he did it, okay, but they figured out that he didn't do it, wanting attention. Ruled him out. William Gossett. Ruled him out. Joe Locht, he's gone. John List is gone. Ted Mayfield's gone. But this guy right here, pay attention real close. This guy right here, he looks similar.
Mm-hmm.
Similar. Say hello to Richard McCoy III. Okay.
If anyone almost fits the description, it's him.
Mm-hmm. And they got to read about that, and you're thinking, well, why are you so worried about that one, Richie? Well, I'll tell you why I'm worried about this one. Because the next part of the story here, I'll get to in just a second, has evidence closer resembling him. Okay. Matter of fact, here's part right here. In 2024, McCoy's 2 children publicly stated that their father had been D.B. Cooper after a parachute they found by YouTuber Dan Grider on the property formerly owned by McCoy's mother. Grider claims to have handed the parachute over to the FBI, although the FBI has no comment and has not confirmed that. Of course, they haven't. And then they went after a couple other guys, Sheridan Peterson, which I can see a little resemblance there, and Robert Rickshaw, who's another one that looked pretty close.
Yeah.
But they found out that they ruled him out as well. So we get away from them. All right. And we're going to get over here to the 50 years later. We're going to talk about exactly what they've been saying. Okay, FBI destroy Dean, where you at? Tech wasn't good. Josh Kager, tech wasn't good back then. So easily to full systems. They were a little too communication between the government agencies. Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
FBI destroy loses more evidence than they collect. Yes, they do, Dean. That's right. That's 25 inches of mystery box right there for Dean Cerny, because that's true. So apparently they're in an actual aft door on the back, far below the APU. You wouldn't hit anything jumping out. Now, at least that's what I found out from the Boeing. That's right. That's exactly right. Josh, you won't hit nothing. Maybe he hit it up to pick up a later date. And, that's been possible. Maybe
Yeah.
he lived in that area. He could come and get the money himself. D.B. Cooper is Lee Harvey Oswald. Sketches match. Well, I told you I was going to bring you something else. Here's them two boys that his sons swear that their dad was D.B. Cooper. Well, I'm going to take you here and look at this here. Okay. After 50 years, mysterious siblings claim hijacker D.B. Cooper was their father. Cooper's whereabouts after he jumped from a plane with $200,000 stumped investigators, has the case actually been solved? Again, guys, I'm not saying this is true. I want y'all to figure it out, but it's brand new evidence, not even a year old yet, about the goings-ons. Of course, the FBI can't get the head of their ass long enough to let anything go. Okay. And one of the biggest mysteries in U.S. criminal history just happened to be D.B. Cooper, the man who hijacked an airline before leaping out into midair with $200,000 in cash. Now, more than 50 years later, the infamous crime may have been solved after a pair of siblings came forward to claim that they had found the parachute used in the hijacking in their mother's shed, and that Cooper was their father. Shantae and Rick McCoy III says their father, Richard McCoy Jr., was the man who identified himself as Dan Cooper when he boarded North Airlines Orient Airlines jetliner from Portland to Seattle in November 1971. Cooper, or perhaps McCoy, proceeded to order a bourbon and soda before handling a note to the flight attendant that said, "I have a bomb in my briefcase. Miss, I have a bomb. Would you like to sit by me?" The note said. When the plane arrived in Seattle, Cooper collected $200,000 in ransom money along with 4 parachutes and released the passengers. He then ordered the flight crew to head to Mexico City via Reno, Nevada. But 30 minutes after takeoff, Cooper jumped out of the airline somewhere over Southwest Washington. That looks like about where JW lives, right? Probably in JW's yard.
Yeah.
The hijacking baffled FBI, who spent 45 years investigating before officially closing the case in 2016. It also caught the attention of an amateur sleuth, particularly after the $5,800 of ransom money was found near Vancouver, Washington in 1980. In November, Dan Grider, a retired pilot who has spent 20 years investigating these cases, told Cowboy State Daily, that's a magazine, that the FBI was reinvestigating the Cooper case after discovery of a parachute in McCoy's mother's shed. That'd be his wife's shed. The rig is literally 1 in a billion, Grider said in the parachute, according to the Cowboy State Daily. He said FBI agents had visited the property of the McCoy's mother, Karen, who died in 2020 last year. Agents searched every nook and cranny, according to Grider, and the McCoys handed over a parachute. Grider released 2 videos in 2021 and 2022 on his YouTube channel, Probable Cause, documenting McCoy's claim at Grider's latest video published on 18th of November. His claim that the FBI effectively reopened its investigation after contacting him in late 2023. Grider claims that the FBI, which in possession of McCoy's parachute, is now searching for a positive DNA connection between McCoy's DNA and Cooper's DNA left on board the aircraft. The FBI did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Of course they don't. The suggestion that Richard McCoy may have hijacked North Orient Airlines is not as outrageous as it may seem. McCoy, a former military helicopter pilot, there you go, who served in the Vietnam War, was among a number of suspects investigated by the FBI after he hijacked a plane on 7th of April 1972. Apparently he made a habit of this, leaping out of aircraft with $50,000 of cash this time over Provo, Utah, kind of that same area over there. McCoy was arrested 2 days later and sentenced to 45 years in prison, but he escaped in 1974. After 3 months on the run, he was killed by an FBI agent. Perhaps McCoy died hiding the secret of D.B. Cooper hijacking with him. And 50 years on, the truth may finally come to light. Okay.
Well, there's a good possibility that he survived the jump and he $200,000. I mean, 10,000 here, maybe 15, 20,000 there in different places where he hoped somebody would find it. Could have been something just to throw him off the trail, thinking that maybe he perished when he jumped and the money got ripped open and scattered who knows where.
Oh, yeah, very well could have.
Yeah.
Who knows what the guy was thinking?
Yeah.
But now, you and I, we're not in the business of telling people what to think. Okay, that's
Nope.
certainly our right to think it.
Nope.
But I'd like to see that now we got everything's so advanced. Now DNA is the cat's meow now. Put some
that's
DNA.
it.
And if this is Robert, if this, what is his name, was it Richard McCoy did it?
Yep.
Case solved. Case solved. Okay. It's one of the greatest heights ever. The man apparently did it
Well.
before. He kind of fits. He looks a little bit like him. They arrested him for doing the same thing again for more money.
But
They shot and
if
killed
it was him, yeah, it went to the grave with him.
Mm-hmm. And his kids had that parachute. First of all, that'd be cool as hell. Update on the plane. The plane was still in service for a while, and in 1989, it was decommissioned and was in a scrapyard. They tore it down for the iron. But that'd be cool. Everybody want to ride on the same plane that D.B. Cooper ripped off. That'd be
There
be cool.
you go. There you are.
Now, it's interesting how they got a profile. I was reading on there. It says he was not an alcoholic because the profiler said he spilt the bourbon that he had in the glass. Okay. He didn't ask for another one. If he's an alcoholic, he would ask for another one.
Right.
Not necessarily. I'd ask for another one because I paid for it. Damn it. I want to drink. But so he didn't. And who knows what all that was about. But D.B. Cooper, there you go. I've heard about that when I was a kid, and I've always never forgot about the case. And then I do remember finding the money. I seen a documentary of this. Some kids found some money. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a party foul. Our buddy High Tech.
I know
those
those little shot bottles they used to give you on the airplane. They would give them to you, like you can buy here at the stores and convenience stores now.
Right.
Those little shot bottles, they come by and give you the stewardess was. They give you your 7-Up and your little cup of ice and give you that. 25 cents for a little shot bottle.
Not now.
Not now, baby.
When I flew out to Oregon, a couple years back. They were $3 for them little bottles.
$3, yeah.
Yeah.
Quarter.
Well, they gave me money. They gave me 2 for free because I was a veteran.
Yeah.
But the first flight from Kansas City, Missouri to Dallas, there wasn't nothing on there. They didn't even throw you no damn peanuts. You just had to sit there and twiddle your thumbs. I was like, because I hate flying anyway. But from the flight from Dallas to out to Oregon, yeah, I got my 2 shots, and my and a bag of peanuts.
And your peanuts.
Damn right. Or no, they weren't peanuts. They were I can't remember what they were, but I got a bag of them. They wasn't very good. Of course, none of the airplane food.
Kind of stale.
Yeah, I think they had one when D.B. Cooper was on there. So,
a good possibility. Might have been what he left behind didn't open up.
There you go. So, guys, I don't know what y'all think about that. That's a mystery, D.B. Cooper. I hope they solve it. I think they might solve it. I'm going to say, personally, I think it's a 60-40%.
Yeah.
I think 60-40. Until I see the DNA, I'm at 60-40. That's him.
Well, it's closer to being him than any of the other guys, So,
and that does prove how bad the FBI was back in that day. My God, losing evidence right and left. They don't know a chain of custody. What the hell? All I'm saying is, if they had that evidence on me, they'd still had it.
Yeah.
Okay. They still had it.
And you didn't even have to hijack a plane, get 200,000, and jump out of a plane for that.
No. You shit in a cop car. I know you did it because we got the hair.
They got your DNA, buddy.
We got a hair from your left butt cheek. You left it on the seat. We know what you ate. The contents of your stomach. That's pretty good. The contents of your stomach. Yeah, dicks. Let me know. So, Richard McCoy Jr. We're going to find out. I'm sure. Someone asked President Trump take some time out, make a phone call. Big beautiful car, big beautiful. No one calls him like me. I'll get the answers. He can get the answers for you. I kind of like to see the answer. I kind of like to know
Yeah.
the conclusion. So there you go on that. Now next week, guys, like I said, next week is Jesse James week,
Aha.
and I got some actual true stories to tell you about Jesse James. I had his great nephew working for me when I had my construction company going full tilt. He was one of my employees. And he knew I was fascinated with it. He sat back and he'd tell me stories about his uncle. And I'll get into a lot of them next week. But he kind of, I asked him flat out one day, do you think he's buried where he is? And he's like, well, I'm not really sure. That's what they told us. But he's not 100% sure that's his uncle buried there. We'll get into all that next week on that. So, anyway, glad y'all with us today. We truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are enjoying the thing, enjoying the goings-ons. Like I say every week, we're kind of, we need a little help keep things going sometimes. So if you feel the need, if you want to sponsor right up there, that little QR code up there, touch your phone, add an amount. We appreciate any support. The way we got it set up now, we're splitting the money with BV Nation, the cost, and so we'll pay them and keep the internet going and everything like that. So we want to thank BV Nation for carrying us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much, JD. Guys, we also want to thank Comedy Vets. We're on YouTube. Comedy Vets, brand new YouTube page. I see a lot of you starting to like it. If you're watching this, go on there and hit like, subscribe to the YouTube page on Comedy Vets. Do that, please. Also, we're on Facebook. Comedy Vets page on Facebook. We had a couple viewers on there a while ago.
Yep. Hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, hit like, subscribe on that. Listen, if you guys are in your area, whatever area you're in, you got a personal connection to someone who's missing, hit me up on my Facebook page, Shelly and Richie King, at Shelly and Richie King on Facebook. Send me a picture. I don't need a gigantic write-up, guys. Just small, the information like what you see when we pass out every week, and I'll put it on there. I'm hoping that somebody will take some of this information one day and find a loved one or call and say, hey man, we found a loved one. They're great. Thank you. They love your show. Yeah. And we sure do appreciate it. But Dean Cerny says DB hitchhiked to Vegas and blew the money. Well, I bet so.
That's a good possibility. Yeah.
That's so. He only lived a couple years after that, and they shot him. But I don't know if his wife was involved in it or who all knew about it. But some of the interesting questions. I hope they can answer. Even if they come out and say they solved it, that Mr. McCoy was DB Cooper, that still doesn't explain to me why the money was hid where it was. We all have our interpretations of why he needed all the parachutes. Dean had a real good reason for that. Dean's reason could be actually the best reason there is. He wanted force and get one, take four, make one. I get it. Okay. But it seems like all that other stuff adding up, it seems to me like maybe there's somebody else involved in this deal. We're supposed to be involved in it, never were. Don't know. But all I know is when they first came out and said it couldn't be possible and 5 guys did it, then they started thinking, well, maybe he is alive. And then, of course, the kids come through the parachute. So we don't know. But that's DB Cooper. That's last. And they made a lot of improvements since him. They got what they call Cooper Vane. It's a latch on the door that will not let that door open if the plane's in the air. See, they can't jump out the side anymore. I guess you still go out the side if you want to, but you can't go out the back. At the back,
they can't go out the back no more.
No, they can't go to the back no more. So that's some good innovation from it. And now they got officers on every plane, federal marshals to fly, different routes and stuff. And so, you don't know who they are, and I don't really care.
Yeah, they started putting all them on there after they started having all the hijackings.
Yeah.
On
so
there.
we're going on. So again, guys, we appreciate you all tuning in. But you did pretty good with technical difficulties today, Commander. You got through it.
I got through it. I'm going to have to get another laptop. I was able to get on my tablet and bring it up within about 3 minutes of the show coming on the air. Got a little audio problem going on here, but hey, we muddled through it. It's just, hey, it is what it is.
Yes, it is. Raise your hand if you're tired of winter. I raise both my hands. I'm tired of winter. I am so sick of winter. But don't be fooled. Okay, let's not be fooled. It's been 50s and 60s here. I can guarantee you that's not going to continue.
No.
You still got at least another 30 days of crap weather. Okay.
We got to get through March. Look out.
Yeah. Listen, you and I are both of the age now Well, I was at, this was May the 8th or May 3rd. May 3rd, I was standing in Jamesport, Missouri, 6, 7 years ago, and it was freaking snowing.
Oh, we
High
had to
winds,
can-
blowing
yeah.
snow. Then it rained, and then it was muddy, all at
Yep.
the same time at this auction I was at. Okay, we're trying to
Yeah.
have gun shows. I'm trying to cover all these guns up with blankets and stuff so they wouldn't get wet. And then the sun come out and it got up to 62 degrees. I'm thinking,
Yep, that's the year we had to cancel the Memorial Day service down here because we had like 8 inches of snow and it was a blowing and it was a blizzard and the next day it was gone.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, remember that well.
DC said just dusted the slingshot off today. All right, cool. Yeah, well, spring's
Okay.
coming. I went down in the timber, finally got my blind out. My blind's been down there since deer season, right? So I finally went down. I'm thinking, oh man, this thing's gone. I'll never find this damn thing, you know. But I figured out a new way to tie these things down. So I'm thinking, hopefully it worked. So we load up, me and my big ass dog and my wife go down there, and it was still there, tied in place.
All right.
The top collapsed in, okay, because we had 15 inches of snow since it was out there.
Yeah.
But it popped right up, and I was able to take it down. I got it outside drying before I put it up so it don't mold. But I use them long stakes.
Ah.
I use them long stakes. They're cut on the end, and then I got 4 pieces of rebar with big washers on them I put on the inside. And ever since I started doing that system, that thing's never moved. And of course, you
Never
tie the
gone.
outside down. Yeah, so that's proof and pudding right there. It still works. I finally got it out of, so I'm getting ready. Like I said, I got some comedy shows coming up. Got a movie coming up. Now, listen, guys, if I'm shooting a movie out in L.A., I might not be here for that, but I'll try to get J-Dub to fill in for the show, and then Commander and J-Dub can take care of it and do it
Yeah,
well.
we can handle that.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But Commander, you want to give us a closing out?
Yep, I sure will. Listen, number one, I apologize for technical difficulty, but we made it. Guys, listen, hang in there. If you made it today, you can make it tomorrow. You're valuable. You're worth something. I know we sound like a broken record, but we can't say it enough. You're valuable. You're valuable to somebody somewhere, and if not, you're valuable to yourself. You know, you have worth, and don't let nobody tell you that you don't. So pick up the phone, call somebody. You know, I mean, get a hold of Richie, get a hold of me. Somebody get a hold of me. We'll get you pointed in the right direction. We'll get you some help. But listen, hang in there, because you know the world needs you. We need you. You've got family. You've got friends that need you. So just hang in there. Hang in. You can do it.
Yeah, I piggyback just what you said, and I agree 100%. You are not worthless. You have value. Unless you're a child molester, you know how we feel about that.
Yeah,
But,
we don't. Yeah.
No, so Dean Cerny, he's got 25 entries into the mystery box for his outstanding comment he had a while ago. I'm better write that down so we don't forget.
There you go.
Let's see, Dean. I don't even have to spell his name out. He ought to be Captain Mystery Box. His going to be his nickname. He's won more than him than anybody has. That's for sure.
I
And
got
earned
an
them.
item to put in the mystery box. I'll let you know what
Oh.
it is later on. I got an
Okay.
item.
Okay, excellent. Well, there you go, right off the bat, and
Right, there you
Mr.
go.
Box already got another item in it also, so that'd be 2 already for it. So anyway, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Have your pet spayed or
Yes.
neutered, okay? If you think it's
Yep.
the best thing for you, I don't necessarily think it's the best thing for dogs to be neutered. My evidence is every dog I had neutered had cancer. Okay, now I'm not saying the ones that hadn't been neutered hadn't got it, but every dog I've had neutered has ended up with cancer. Every female dog I've had spayed has had cancer. It's one of the side effects of it. Says right on there. Anyway, guys, listen. Thank you all very much.
Yes.
Get out, do some stuff. Get out of your head, Dean. Congratulations, brother. Start another streak now.
Yes,
Dean,
buddy.
if you
We're with you.
If you don't know, Dean, 197 days, didn't drink a drop of alcohol, and slid back, but he's back on it again. Do your streak again, brother. You know, hey. And you listen, it's okay to drink once in a while. It's how your body accepts it, and how you deal with it mentally. And as they always tell me, and I don't know if they're right or wrong, but it's all how you do it. It's how you live your life. It's if your family's okay with it, and you're okay with it. hey, do you be happy? That being said, guys, I'm Richie King, the bad man of comedy. The Dona Dog Ahoy. Means until we meet again, you guys, take care of yourselves. Have fun, laugh. I hope you all enjoyed our new backdrops. He put some flags up. I got a flag up, my crossbow hanging up behind me.
Got my flag, got my army flag.
Yeah, so there you go. So I hope you all enjoyed them, and we're going to continue to evolve with this new show, King's Court. Take care of yourself, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm Richie. He's Commander.